There are a lot of people around the world trying to build fusion power plants, and they're building these different fusion machines, and they're trying to get closer and closer to what you eventually need as an energy source. But how can you tell how good your fusion machine is? If you have to take all of that and boil it down to one number, everything about this machine, and look at one number and tell me how good your fusion machine is, typically we use something called the triple product. The triple product is a multiplication of three things: the temperature, the density, and the confinement time. And those three things taken together tells you how close you are to a practical fusion energy source. So what are those three pieces? The temperature is how hot your fuel is. So in fusion, you need to take hydrogen, you collide it together, it combines and forms into helium. But that collision process means the particles need to be moving very quickly. And so if you zoom out a little bit, that means your fuel is really hot. You need enough density. So if you only have two particles and they collide and they fuse, it's great. You made one helium, but it's not a very practical energy source. You need to have a lot of particles, a lot of fuel, all in the same location, colliding and fusing and making energy. And then you also need your fuel to be well insulated. So we measure that with something called the confinement time, but I like to think of it as insulation. You want to put heat in to get your plasma hot, but you want the heat to stay in there and not leak out too quickly. So when you take all three of those together, you have your temperature, your density, and your confinement time, your insulation. That's the triple product. So fusion's made a lot of progress over the years in getting to higher and higher triple product. So we measure this number in a weird physics unit. It's called keV seconds per meter cubed. But over the years, we've gone from really, really low numbers with older machines, older technology, to now at a point where we're really close to what you need for a practical power plant. And that's something like 10 to the 21 keV seconds per meter cubed. Many companies around the world, many labs around the world are now trying to build that next machine, build that next step to get you from a triple product, which is a cool science experiment, to what you need as a practical energy source.